It is Friday, March 18th. I'm Nichole Berlie, and this is NewsNation Rush Hour. Russian forces are moving in on Ukraine's major cities. All of the areas in red are now in Russia's control. In the west, Kremlin forces inching closer to the city of Lviv, which until now had been for the most part spared from Russian shelling. But today, airstrikes hitting closer to the city center than we've seen in the past. Those attacks putting NATO on alert as bombings move closer and closer to Poland. The constant bombardment in and around Ukraine's largest cities forcing millions to flee their homes. So far, 3.2 million people have left. But today, the UN estimates more than twice that many people, about 6.5 million, have been displaced within Ukraine. Now, meantime, a convoy of U.S. lawmakers heading to Poland and Germany to observe U.S. military operations. This coming as a Russian news report falsely claimed 3 National Guardsmen were killed fighting in Ukraine. But U.S. authorities quickly debunking that claim, calling it just the latest piece of Russian propaganda. And as the war rages on, President Biden meeting with one of Russia's closest allies today, Chinese President Xi Jinping. Now, China has remained predominantly neutral in this war, not throwing their full support behind their traditional ally, but also not joining the majority of the world in condemning Russia. NewsNation correspondent Kelly Meyer joins us now live from the White House. Now, Kelly, I know Marine One was taking off behind you, may still be a bit loud, but what did the president say today on that call?
That's right, Nicole. We are waiting for President Biden to take off any moment behind me to head to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware for the weekend. But just ahead of that, he had this incredibly important call with China's president, President Biden, making a direct appeal to his Chinese counterpart today. Tell Russia no. But it's not clear whether President Xi was receptive. We still don't know whether China is going to come to Russia's rescue here. The White House basically saying you'll have to ask Beijing. They say the president clearly laid out the consequences should China support Moscow. But what those consequences would be, the White House wouldn't say publicly. But here's what we do know. The meeting lasted nearly 2 hours. That's a long time for 2 leaders to speak. And we know much of what it focused on was what's going on in Ukraine. Biden requested the call over concerns China could be helping Moscow with military and economic assistance. And he tried to convince Xi to turn down any request from Russian President Vladimir Putin. A senior administration official telling NewsNation that Biden made clear what this would mean not only for the U.S.-China relationship, but the rest of the world. According to Chinese officials, the two presidents had a candid and in-depth exchange of views on China-U.S. relations. Xi says he doesn't want to see the situation in Ukraine come to this, adding China stands for peace and opposes war. But it is notable that China did not explicitly denounce Russia for its invasion of Ukraine, something White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki touched on just about an hour ago. Take a listen.
China has to make a decision for themselves about where they want to stand and how they want the history books to look at them and view their actions. And that is a decision for President Xi and the Chinese to make.
And Xi defends China has been, quote, doing its best for peace and will continue to play a constructive role. Nicole?
Well, and Kelly, you know, at the top of this, we mentioned Marine One will be taking off, but we also seem to hear a lot of protesting out there.
That's right. Between Marine One and there are protests happening here outside the White House. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. I hope you were able to hear us okay. But we are waiting for President Biden to take off behind us again, heading to Rehoboth Beach for the weekend after this very important call with the Chinese president.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.